Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Coffee on the Porch with Orb. Sitting out here with my Guardian Angels coffee mug today because I need some Guardian Angels today. My plan for the day had been to continue dealing with the aftermath of the hot water heater leak we had on, I guess it was Friday, by cleaning out more of the horrible, wet, stinky stuff in the laundry room. So I, this morning, opened the exterior door to the laundry room so that some air could get in and some heat could get in, since we have a plethora of heat right now, to dry it out a little bit and get some fresh air going so that when I finally finished my morning coffee and got out there, it might not be entirely horrible to work in. I came back into the house, pushed close the interior door, and went to make my coffee. A couple hours later, when I finished my first cup of coffee and watching the news and all those things I like to do when I'm putting off doing horrible things I don't want to do, I finally got up and walked to the laundry room, where I found the door standing ajar. An obvious path out into the real world for any cat who should want to take it. Obviously, this was going to require a head count of the available cats in the house. So I turned around and spotted cat number 1, Ronan, sitting and staring at the open door with a look of horror because, oh my god, at the outside, it's right there, close the door, it's so horrifying. Going around the other side of the desk, I found Miyu cowering in terror at the fresh air coming in through the 2 open back doors. And then I wandered around the house looking for the most adventurous, the youngest, and the most obnoxious cat, Tora. Well, I didn't find her. I shook her favorite toys, I shook bags of food, I did all the things that would normally cause Tora to come running gleefully, and no Tora. That sort of answered my question about, did a cat actually escape the house? Why yes, of course, a cat escaped the house. I wandered out in the backyard and had the initial panic attack of, oh my god, my most beloved cat has gotten out of the house and she's too crazy to come back in on her own. I went and got the toy and the bag of cat food and tried that outside a little bit, but no response, no movement. I had no idea if she was even still in the backyard, how long she had been outside, had she completely run away, the usual cat owner panic attack. Finally, I noticed that I was hearing an awful lot of angry bird chatter, and there were some birds dive bombing an area of the backyard. Could there be a cat there? I put on some appropriate footwear and wandered towards the only patch of really obnoxious beggar's lice weeds we have in the entire yard. And there, sure enough, in the very center, was Tora, being attacked by angry birds and covered in beggar's lice. Now, naturally, she would not come to me. She was just looking at me like, what did I do? I'm just sitting here and these birds are pestering me. It's horrible. I don't know. I'm liking it here. It's nice outside. Because she's a stupid little cat. Therefore, I had to wander into the large patch of burrs, which then immediately resulted in me being covered from the tip of my toe to the top of my head with beggar's lice myself. I snatched the silly cat up, gruffly carried her back into the house, and then had to spend about 2 hours plucking 1,000,000 tiny little lice-sized burrs out of her hair. And of course, Tora is the cat that least likes being held and least likes having any sort of comb or brush going through her fur. So she fought me every step of the way, and we finally just ended up with me completely naked on the kitchen floor, holding a very angry cat, bleeding from tiny small scratches all over my body from the very angry cat, and just burrs everywhere. I finally got all the burrs off of her and released her to go lick her wounds about, oh, the horror, somebody caught me and brought me home. And had to jump in the shower because now, in addition to having burrs all over myself, I had cat hair just everywhere. There was so much cat hair stuck to me. If I hadn't been completely naked, I would have taken a picture because it was hilarious. I was literally just coated in cat hair and beggar's lice and little strips of blood from, you know, angry cat. So, today's lessons are, I must verify when closing the interior door to the laundry room that the latch on the door has absolutely caught completely 100% because Tora will claw it open. Of course, I don't know that she's the one that clawed it open, but I'm guessing the others would be a little too terrified to do that. And hopefully Tora has learned that going outside has huge repercussions, such as being held and groomed for like 2 hours straight, and horrible burrs touching your skin, and angry birds. But that's been my day. That wasn't my plan for the day, and now it's 10,000 degrees outside and in the laundry room, and I have absolutely no desire to deal with wet stuff. So, I'm calling it another mental health day. I took yesterday off except for doing the laundry and cooking dinner because these things have to be done anyway. And I think I'm going to take another day. That's going to put me 2 days behind on my Decluttering Creativity Challenge blog post, but I have been working. I have been working on the projects. They're almost completed. But I'm not going to be an asshole boss to myself. I'm going to cut myself some slack because I totally deserve some slack. And with all that said, I'm now going to sit back on my really hot porch for a few more minutes and quietly enjoy a relaxing cup of coffee. Love y'all. Bye-bye.